A disrespectful boss doesn't always shout. Sometimes it's a quiet pattern: ignored messages, public criticism, shifting expectations. At first, we tell ourselves it's temporary, part of the job, something we can handle. But over time, something else starts to change. Not just your mood, but your financial decisions. And the real question is not whether your boss is toxic. The real question is whether staying is quietly costing you more than leaving. Most people don't leave bad jobs because of one moment. They stay because of uncertainty. You have bills, rent or mortgage, maybe a family depending on you. Walking away feels risky, especially in an economy where job security already feels fragile. So we tolerate small signs: a dismissive comment, a late-night message, credit taken for your work. We adjust, we rationalize, we wait. But over time, something deeper happens. Your performance dips, your confidence drops, your career decisions become defensive instead of strategic. And here's what most people miss. A toxic workplace doesn't just affect your mental state. It quietly reshapes your financial future. Let's now talk about the income erosion trap. The problem is not just stress. The problem is what that stress does to your earning potential. When you work under constant pressure or disrespect, your focus shifts from growth to survival. You stop asking for raises. You avoid visibility. You play it safe. In the US or UK, where salary progression often depends on negotiation and performance reviews, this matters more than people think. A missed raise of even 5% compounded over years can mean tens of thousands lost. But here's the deeper issue. You may still be earning a paycheck, but your long-term income is quietly shrinking. This is where it gets uncomfortable. Staying in a toxic job can feel like stability, but financially, it can be stagnation. How to fix it? Start tracking your market value, not just your current salary. Check job listings, talk to recruiters, understand what your skills are worth today, not 2 years ago. And most importantly, separate your identity from your current role. Your boss does not define your value. The market does. The second thing is the psychological lock-in effect. The second trap is not financial, it's psychological. When someone works under a disrespectful manager for too long, they begin to internalize it. They second-guess decisions. They hesitate. They over-prepare for simple tasks. We can call this the psychological lock-in effect. Tease when your environment slowly convinces you that you have fewer options than you actually do. In high-cost areas like London or New York, this becomes even stronger, because the fear of losing income feels bigger than the cost of staying unhappy. But here's what most people miss. The longer you stay, the harder it feels to leave, even when better options exist. How to fix it? Rebuild external validation. Apply to roles even if you're unsure. Take interviews. Get feedback from outside your current workplace. Each external conversation resets your perspective. It reminds you that your situation is not permanent. What you can do instead. Step 1. Define your exit threshold. Decide in advance what behavior is unacceptable. Public disrespect, constant overtime, lack of recognition. Once that line is crossed consistently, you don't debate. You prepare to move. Step 2. Build a 3 to 6 month financial buffer. This reduces emotional pressure. Even a small buffer gives you the freedom to say no to a bad environment and yes to better opportunities. Step 3. Run a quiet job search system. Spend 20 to 30 minutes daily applying, networking, or improving your skills. Not urgently, not emotionally, just consistently. But here's what most people miss. You don't need to quit immediately. You need to regain control before you decide. That quiet pattern from the beginning, the ignored messages, the subtle disrespect, it was never just about your boss. It was about how long you're willing to stay in an environment that limits your growth. Leaving is not always the right move, but staying without a plan often comes with a hidden cost. Your career is not built on comfort. It's built on decisions made at the right time. If you want to understand how work, money, and psychology connect in the real world, subscribe to VaultWise Daily. Because sometimes the smartest financial decision is knowing when to move on.